And welcome to the Lake Area High School Basketball Coaches Show. Today we get to find out what's going on with the Osage Indians and Hall of Fame head coach Craig Engelbrecht, brought to you by the great folks at COMC, Central Ozarks Medical Center, the O'Sullivan Bruce Group, part of Remax Lake of the Ozarks, and Slumberland Furniture, Slumberland at the Lake. It is the Lake Area High School Basketball Coaches Show, and on this show we find out what's been going on with the Osage Indians, and thanks to Hall of Fame head coach Craig Engelbrecht, who joins us in studio. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's hard to believe we're into the final month of the regular season here, which means, sad but true, this is our last time to get to sit down with you on the Coaches Show. Man, it's been really great to get to know you this year. Thank you for doing this.
I appreciate it.
All right, so let's start off with COVID. This has kind of been the COVID year. It's affected some teams more than others. How has it been affecting you? Has it not been too bad?
For us personally, it's not been too bad.
Yeah.
We've had some kids, quarantined off and on throughout the year, but nothing like some teams have had to endure. So we've been very lucky.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so wins hard to come by for you guys this year. This is your first year at Osage, getting that program turned around. But it looks like you might be getting things turned around. You won 2 games in the Eldon tournament and looking pretty good of late.
Yeah, we were really excited to come out and play well in the Eldon tournament, and played the opening round against Fatima, which was the 1 seed. And I thought we played pretty decent defense, but they're just really strong on the inside and killed us on the backboards. But to the boys' credit, then on Friday night we came out and played a really inspired defensive game against a solid Sedalia team. And even though it was a low-scoring game, I thought we did a good job of guarding their screening game, and we came away with a victory there. And then turned around from a kind of a slow-down game to a Saturday night game with a Versailles team that gets up and down the floor. So. To go from 46 points to Friday night to 104 the next night kind of shows you what high school basketball, how different it can be from night to night.
Absolutely, yeah. The funds of coaching, boy. You got a little bit of everything going on. So we mentioned it, this is your first year at Osage after 30 years at Eugene, becoming a Hall of Fame coach there. So how has the first year been going? Have you been seeing the growth that you want to see in kind of restarting a program?
Yeah. We really thought we saw the growth this weekend, with the way we played and with the enthusiasm we played with. But then, like we play Skyline last night, and they knock us around pretty good. But I mean, they're
good.
They're good. I mean, they're probably 16 or 17-3 right now in the season, and could be like a Final Four bound team. I think that's where we want to make that next step, where we compete against like the really, really good teams, even the great teams in our area. So that's kind of the next step. But as far as fundamentally and scheme-wise, I think the guys have bought in, and we're trending in the right direction.
Excellent. Where have you seen the most growth in the program, do you think?
I think just trying to play hard, every single night, no matter what the situation is, because we want, I want us to be a pressing team, and that's not always easy for kids that have not maybe played in that style. But I think that's kind of where we've made our biggest strides.
There's an art to things like that, to being like a pressing team.
Yes.
If you haven't done it, if the kids haven't done it, middle school and up, I mean, there's little nuances of things that you learn doing it over and over, trapping and stealing and things like that they're probably still trying to figure out.
And I think, you said it. That's kind of where we're at, is when to go trap, when to go back to your man and those kind of things, and just shooting the gap in the middle of the floor and those things that sometimes, and I think when we play better teams, we get a little hesitant, and teams get us on our heels, and we don't play as aggressively as we need to. But those are just from repetitions, and like you said, it starts with your young kids in the middle school, and that's kind of what I had built there at Eugene, was just kind of that they knew what to expect,
right.
And all the people that worked with those kids knew what to expect, so they were pressing and trying to get up and down the floor.
So you've seen the most growth in the effort, maybe?
I think so.
Stuff like that?
Yeah.
Where does it still need the most work?
I think fundamentally, since we're not a huge team fundamentally, we still need to rebound better, you watch a team like Skyline last night, and their guys really dig in, and really every kid is blocking out every time, And we got to get to that point where we do the little things every single time.
Right.
So
well, and you know, like that part of that effort thing that you talked about. You're liking the progress you're making then here as year one's coming to an end. That's good. So Lake TV, we've got 4 Osage Indians games.
Good.
We're really excited about covering in the month of February. So you're probably going to get sick of me.
No, not at all. We want to put our program out there on display and play hard for the fans and let them see kind of what we've got going on.
Absolutely, and you'll get to see those games on Lake TV here in the month of February. We'll have more here on the Lake Area High School Basketball Coaches Show with Coach E from Osage right after this. What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission.
How to sell your house. First, take pictures, put them on Facebook, take off work to hold an open house and lead tours, call a lawyer, negotiate a contract, and well, pay your lawyer. Send the contract to a title company, schedule an appraisal, schedule an inspection, fill out a mountain of paperwork, sign a contract that you barely understand, and finally, you've closed. Well, unless you messed up one of the earlier steps, in which case, start the whole thing over.
Or you could just call us. That's probably what I would do. Me too.
The O'Sullivan Bruce Group, selling the lake lifestyle.
This is one of the biggest furniture events of the year, the President's Sale at Slumberland.
Come on.
Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around on all sorts of furniture. And right now at our President's Sale, everything is an additional 25% off our already low price.
This is totally you. Oh.
Yeah, this is the winner.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
Welcome back to the Lake Area High School Basketball Coaches Show. Hall of Fame Coach E from the Osage Indians with us, Craig Engelbrecht. That's a hard name to say sometimes.
That's why it turned into Coach E.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so you've got some tough games
Yes.
In the final month of the regular season. You've got Fulton, who is close to a Final Four team. If not, they're close. Mm-hmm. You've got Blair Oaks, which might be a Final Four kind of a team. Boonville is always good, amongst others. So it's not going to be an easy month necessarily.
No, and that's why last night's game we were talking about, because we're going to play good teams from here on out.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're down to the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, getting ready to go into our district. So that's why we need to clean things up on the rebounding and not give teams extra points and just try to keep ourselves in games against the big athletic, good teams that we're going to be playing.
Absolutely. Does it help when you play those teams to make you better? Do the kids see, just having to play that competition, does it make them better?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if the kids see that, but I think the better teams you play, it's going to help you down the line. And it really, after this many games, teams can't throw too much stuff at you that you haven't seen.
Right, absolutely. So what kids have stepped up for you this year that you're really proud of?
Well, just taking last week's games in the Eldon tournament, I really thought Quentin Britton, a senior, got us off to a good start in both games. In our game against Sedalia, he came out very aggressive offensively. Did the exact same thing against Versailles the next night. As a matter of fact, he led us in scoring Saturday night with 22 points. So, I thought he did a good job. I think Alton Drace, has a lot of responsibility as the point guard on the team. Mm-hmm. And he's still been able to score and handle the ball, without turning it over. And Grant Steen has been a good shooter for us. Probably our most consistent shooter of the year. I thought Brockton McLaughlin took a step forward last week and played his best ball of the year. And Pavin Clark, we haven't really talked about him. He came back, after the Christmas break from an injury, and he scored in double figures on that Saturday night game. So, we had Alton with 19 points, we had Brock with 19 points, we had Grant with 19 points, had Pavin with 12, Quentin with 22. So if you can get balanced scoring like that, that's pretty hard to beat.
Well, that's good. That'll make Coach smile.
It does make a coach smile, yes.
Okay, so, and you mentioned it earlier, we've got playoffs coming up, the district.
Yes.
I think your district this year, Versailles, you guys, Buffalo, and Warsaw. What are you thinking of that?
Well, we told the guys it's a very winnable district. And that's why, we're pointing here to play our best ball at the end of the year to have a chance to sneak in there and maybe play for a district championship. And that would be, your first year, and with the kids, giving them some confidence. That would be an awesome accomplishment.
And it's really not out of the realm of possibility. I mean,
No.
if you get on a roll, there's a chance you could play for a district championship, even win a district championship.
I think every team in that district probably feels that way.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exciting. I
Yes.
mean, that's the way you kind of want it to be.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so you ready for some fun questions?
Always ready.
All right. So, what is your favorite color, Hall of Fame Coach E? What is your favorite color and why?
Well, I subbed in art the other day, and the kids asked me that exact question.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
subbing in middle school art, and I said black is my favorite color, and they said that's not a color.
That's why you're wearing
Yeah,
black.
yeah. They said, well, black's not a color. So I guess if black doesn't count, then that is my favorite color because I don't know. I just think it's cool.
Wow, it is cool, right?
Trendy. It's trendy.
And for me, it's slimming.
yes.
It makes me look a little.
Yeah, and it doesn't show dirt so bad, so you can just wear it and get away with
All right.
dribbling stuff on you.
I thought you were going to say maybe your favorite team or something, but I like that black.
yeah.
Man. Yeah. Okay. So other than your team, the Osage Indians, what is your favorite sports team?
It depends on what sports you're talking about. If it's college basketball, it's always been the Duke Blue Devils.
Okay.
That's been my favorite. I went to clinics and heard Mike Krzyzewski speak. So
Boy, what a great coach he
Yes,
was.
and I
Yeah.
mean, how can you not kind of try to do some of the things that he does and emulate some of the things that he's been able to accomplish? So always been a huge Duke fan. If you talk about college football, I've always been an Oklahoma Sooner fan.
Okay.
Always liked the Sooners, and I know that's probably hard for you, being Nebraska,
Being a Nebraska guy, that's
background.
right,
But
yeah.
but I've always liked the Sooners. Professional baseball, the Cardinals.
Hey, all right, yeah.
Always been a Cardinals fan. When you're in this area, you grow up a Cardinal fan. Professional football, Chiefs with Mahomes. Before Mahomes, pre-Mahomes, kind of a Cowboys fan.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
wow. Mahomes is pretty special.
And he has been, yeah. And that kind of goes back to my Oklahoma, when he would play against Oklahoma
Yeah.
at Texas Tech. I knew how good he was. So when the Chiefs drafted him, I was like, this kid is special.
Pretty happy.
Yeah, pretty
Absolutely.
happy.
Okay. What do you dislike the most? Spiders, cockroaches, snakes, or some other squirrely little thing running around there? And you get plenty of those at the lake, by the way, in the lake area.
Probably the biggest, mice is probably a nuisance.
Mice.
Yeah. I hate when I see one scurry around, and I know I've got to do something about it. And when there's one, there's usually more than just one. So probably that's the biggest nuisance, mice.
You know, your wife won't take care of it? She calls you?
I call her. I said, there's a mouse there, and you probably need to do something about that. Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's your favorite food?
I guess since I navigate towards Taco Bell a lot, and I guess I'm kind of like a kid at heart.
You don't look like a Taco Bell guy. You're lean and trim.
Nervous energy burns it off. Yeah. Taco Bell. I'm just like kids. And Taco Bell, pizza. Probably are my favorites. Yeah.
That probably helps you, communicate and get along with the kids, though, right? You're on the same page.
When you go to team camps and stuff, there's only a few places you eat is Taco Bell, and
Yeah, there's only so many places you can pull up with a busload
yes.
and get dinner and get food. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite book that you've read over the years, or keep reading over the years?
I try to do a reading plan to try to read through the Bible yearly.
Right.
Yeah. One of our preachers gave us a good app to read, and that kind of keeps you on pace. So I try to do that, but I'm reading every kind of leadership book, and if I see a coaching book that comes out, I try to do those. And my whole shelf has Mike Krzyzewski's books that he has written, and books like Good to Great and things like that. So,
do you learn things from those? I mean, do they really give you some gems in those books?
I think they do. I just think, just kind of dealing with people, things like that. And, it's more than just the X's and O's, trying to relate with people. So I think you get some things from those kind of books that kind of help you maybe see things from a different perspective.
Right. And this day and age, the way you interact with people differently, that's changed over the years, too.
Yeah, it has. And, they say kids are not different, but kids are different. I mean, used to, when we coached, we said, you do this, and why? Because I want you to do this.
Right.
But now you kind of got to explain the whys of why we're going to do this.
That's not just because I said so.
Not because I said so, but here's kind of the idea behind it.
So, well, there you go. That's what's going on with the Osage Indians. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.